Look, I hope you've been practicing. Because you are me right now. But as I'm cleaning out a few cobras, there's a few things I ask of you if you're watching this. First is don't attempt. And the best part is you don't have to because of the point of view. With that out of the way, the other things are which of the cobras seem the most difficult to handle out of the ones that you see in this video? Also, which one is your favorite out of all the ones you see? The snake we have here is a male Chinese cobra. I also have a female. She's very defensive in the enclosure, but when she's out, she's pretty good. But the male loves to do what you just saw, backing up off the hook and having to readjust to make him fall back down. But what an incredible snake. The pattern on the body and the hood is just awesome. But look for things like that, wiggliness and behavior, and let me know which one you think is the most difficult. Now coming up is another thing that cobras will like to do, which is kind of coil up on themselves and become like a pretzel. And when that happens, what I do is either set the snake down or just let go completely. But you can see it there, he's kind of coiling up and just tangling up on himself, leaving less room for me to maneuver and do the twists and turns to make him fall back down. Plump is out of here. This portion is going to be a little short and a lot of it isn't in frame, which I didn't realize until after. But this is Plumpkin, the black spitting cobra. She's really small, as you can see, so a lot of the twists and turns won't work for a smaller cobra. But what I realized was that the chest mount and phone is kind of blocking my view, and with a smaller cobra like this, it's not really good if I can't see the snake. And yeah, it's kind of embarrassing even posting this part, but it is what it is. So I decided to, with her, probably not the best idea to do chest mount point of view if it's blocking my view. Look at how cute she is. And get ready for this, she's about to spit again. She spit a few times already. Since she is small and scared, I don't mess with her too often, but I decided to handle her a little bit just to get her used to me. Here's the one and only beautiful Annie, the banded snouted cobra. Now I mention it time and time again. This is the banded version, but there's snouted cobras that are uniform pattern, which I'll show you right here. But the banded version is just incredible and my favorite of the snouted cobras. Maybe even the most beautiful cobra to me. But still, I want to know what your favorite is out of all the ones that you see. Now this is when I decide that maybe I should do 0.5 zoom. Even though it distorts things, I want to be able to keep everything in frame. With her it's easy because she's very calm and laid back. But speaking of that, after I got her out of the bucket after cleaning her enclosure, a very rare thing to see of Annie happened. Check this out. The hood. She rarely ever hoods up. So I took this time to try to capture some footage of this beautiful hood. Now it's time for... Hang on, this is a Cobras Only video. Franklin, what are you doing here? The first snake we'll need a big hook with. The Albino Monacle Cobra. This is the male. Usually I show off the female because she's very calm. The male's really wiggly. You can see the tail flapping around. But he usually flails around a lot more. But as usual, when I record, it's not as bad as it typically is. But there is a portion near the end where I show you an example of holding the snake up, because typically, you know, I have the phone on a camera stand on selfie mode and I'm lifting the snakes up while I'm talking. And with these bigger snakes, it's kind of hard to keep them up there, controlling them, but mainly because these snakes are big, pretty heavy. But I think this gives you an idea of why I don't bring him out when I'm doing that, because holding him up Controlling him if he's flailing around can be difficult to control. But did you see, just a little bit ago I had to let go of the tail because he got up on his body. I'm generally readjusting to avoid that from happening, but when it does happen and they get up on their body, that's when I usually let go. Who do we have in here? Oh man, is that a West African banded cobra named NwM-BeiBei? I think it is. Look at how beautiful she is. Now she's still young, little juvenile. So another small cobra just like the black spitting cobra. So actually that brings up another thing that I want to ask you. Based on what you've seen, which one seems more difficult, the smaller ones or the adults? Let me know. You'll see more adults coming up next. But yeah, that's another question I have for you. Which seems the most difficult to handle? Which is your favorite? And out of the smaller and bigger cobras, which seem more difficult to handle out of those? Let me know. I'll get back with you in the comments. But I like talking with y'all. So please leave your input. She's incredible. Kind of like Annie, the banded snouted cobra. But the bands don't go all the way down. I just love this snake so much. Now this is a species of forest cobra. Forest cobras are the largest true cobra. And look at that. NwM-BeiBei. Now you see why she has that name. Forest cobras have that little specialized scale on the tip of their tail. Like a dagger almost. But NwM-BeiBei's missing part of her tail. So she was poking me with her nub. Love you, NwM-BeiBei. You're the best. Safety first. Now that we have these on, let's check out what snake it is. Kind of dark. Oh, there it is. Ralph, the black-necked spitting cobra. Wow. He's usually very wiggly and all over the place. Let's see if he shows it during this footage. The black-necked spitting cobra is typically darker than this. It was leading me to believe that maybe, just maybe, Ralph is a hybrid of a black-necked spitter and what's known as the ashy spitting cobra, since their range overlaps. After talking with Ralph, the person who this snake is named after, we believe it's either that or it's just a full black-necked spitting cobra, but not as dark as some of them are. And you'll notice in some portions that underneath the neck there's some coloration, almost orange, but some have almost very bright red on the neck. They're very beautiful snakes and I love it so much. They get quite large too, 7 foot or more. Imagine that. Now Ralph is just very beautiful and calming down. Used to be a lot more nervous and would spit a lot. Now typically only spits when I'm trying to get close-up footage or opening the bucket. Those are the only 2 times now, but it used to be a lot more. And that's what I'm hoping will happen with Plumpkin, the black spitting cobra, that little tiny one. She's very scared and nervous right now. Spits a lot and just very defensive, but hopefully in time she calms down as well. But even if she doesn't calm down, I'll love her so much no matter what. We have to reach for these again, put them on. You know what that means. Another spitting cobra. This time a zebra spitting cobra with the name Oreo. Look at how beautiful this guy is. Wow. I've always been curious where the common name zebra spitting cobra comes from. Do you have any idea? Another common name that's very often used when referring to this species is the western barred spitting cobra. But let's see how Oreo behaves. And check out that pattern. Wow. We're going to have to take a closer look at that pattern. What do you say? Check this out. Just awesome. And look at the head of Oreo. You notice? Dark compared to the pattern on the body. Just awesome. Now Plumpkin, the black spitting cobra, is a subspecies of the zebra spitting cobra. And look at that face. I'm curious about the belly of this snake. Is there a pattern on it? Some snakes have a pattern up top, but nothing on the bottom. Let's see if Oreo has a pattern. Oh, pretty cool. Pretty cool. What do you think? Big hook time again. Let's see. Wow. Vocal. Lila, the Monical Cobra. Unlike the albino, she's normal. This is a wild type coloration. The albino is a morph, a genetic mutation. Of course, these random mutations can occur naturally out in the wild, but they're specifically bred in captivity. Lots of different morphs with Monacle Cobras, but Lila is the most beautiful of all. You saw her hood pattern, monocle, with a single circular pattern on the back of the hood, like a little eye, to hopefully deter predators if they're coming from the back. But hers doesn't fully connect. I don't know if you noticed that, but maybe you'll see it again. You see up top, doesn't fully connect. Some do, some don't connect even as much as this. Some don't even have a hood pattern at all. She is so beautiful. Whoa. Another thing to notice is the slight banding up top near the hood pattern. You can see it here a little bit. It was much more visible when she was smaller. Now you can still see it, but it's not as vibrant of a banding. Some even have more bands. Very beautiful. Some of you might have an idea who I'm ending it off with. That's right, BeiBei, the black Pakistan cobra. Now we've mentioned Pumpkin, the black spitting cobra, many times in this video, and how I was saying hopefully she calms down like some of the others. Well, some snakes, just like all animals, even people, have different personalities. BeiBei here, no matter what, he's just always been very defensive. And that's why I don't film with him too often. Just try not to mess with him. When I have to clean out the enclosure, I just get it done to make it quick and easy for him. One thing I do want to mention, as I always do, even though he's defensive, he will strike with mouth closed, a little mock strike. Cobras will do that occasionally, pretty much headbutting potential predators. And that's one thing I love about snakes. Everything he's doing and other snakes do is to hopefully avoid confrontation, hooding up to make itself look bigger, hissing, mock strikes, all these things to avoid confrontation. Defensive animals, not aggressive. They won't pursue and try to hurt you. Love snakes so much. But anyways, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed. Click like and subscribe if you're not already. And a big shout out to my channel members. If you want to support, become a channel member. Get early access to videos, exclusive content, things like that. Also, big shout out to my Patreon members. If you want to support me over there, you also get early access and exclusive content. And a big shout out to those that donate in other ways. Love y'all so much. Take care, and remember, let me know which one you think is the most difficult to handle, which one was your favorite, and comparing younger ones to adults, which seem more difficult.